Hello everybody, Hag Sameach. Tomorrow we're going to read Megillat Ruth. It is a Megillah that begins by telling us the time period in which the Megillah took place. Vahi bimeh shefot hashofetim. It was the time of the Shofetim, the time of the judges. And it's important for us to know when this took place, but we'd never find out in the course of the Megillah what exactly is the connection between the Megillah and Shofetim and the judges. At the end of the Megillah, it concludes with telling us about the birth of David from two very special people over the course of several generations, from Boaz and from Ruth. And again, why end the Megillah several generations later by telling us about David HaMelech? I once heard a very beautiful explanation which I think ties the beginning of the Megillah to the end of the Megillah and makes sense of it. And it is this, that the Shofetim time period was one of tremendous strife amongst the Jews. It was a time of civil war, of evil, of lack of trust in the authority of the judges of the Shofetim themselves. It was a time where the people were at each other's necks. Just look at the end of the book of Shofetim. The time of David HaMelech was one of greatness, of majesty, of royalty, of grandeur, of expanding the land of Israel, and ultimately leading to the time of Shlomo when the Beit HaMikdash would be built. What connects these two events and periods of time? What connects the Shofetim to David HaMelech? It is the marriage of two very special people, of Boaz and Ruth, both of whom were known in their time, and certainly till today, as people of Hesed. Boaz, who did wonderful Hesed for Ruth, and Ruth, who did absolutely generous Hesed for her mother-in-law Naomi and for many others. The Megillah, in its beginning and its end, and with Ruth and Boaz, is telling us a profound message. How do you transform problems into solutions? How do you take a very sorry, sordid history of the Jewish people and make it great? How do you do that? With Hesed, with loving kindness, with extending, with being able to see the other, their problems, and how we could help them. Ruth, Megillat Ruth, is the story of Ruth and Boaz, who transformed civil war and strife into royalty and majesty. Hag Sameach.